Did Buckingham Palace or Prince William set a trap for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and were they gullible enough to fall into it?
Again, I have to be careful what I say, but that I wouldn't be able to show, my children my homeland.
So Meghan Markle wanted to rewrite the royal rules, and King Charles just handed her the rewrite of a lifetime. The Duchess, who once dreamed of curtsies, crowns, and camera flashes, just got a royal reality check.
I believe that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet need to be stripped and removed from the line of succession.
Reports are swirling that King Charles has quietly booted Meghan's kids right out of the royal line of succession. And let's be honest, no one's clutching their pearls in surprise.
As pressure grows on the UK Parliament, King Charles and Prince William to take action on all the wayward royals.
After years of interviews, tell-alls, and truth bombs, it seems the palace finally dropped one of its own. Harry, once the cheeky prince, now looks like the world's most overworked podcast guest, wandering through Montecito in emotional exile while Meghan turns every setback into a branding opportunity.
Meghan views those two children as commercial assets, which is gross and awful.
Remember when she said she wanted privacy? Yeah, right. This is the same woman who filmed a Netflix confessional that made Buckingham Palace trend harder than any royal wedding. And now the woman who spent years claiming the crown didn't protect her family is reportedly furious that the monarchy won't protect her titles either. Oh, the irony.
One bill, and it would deal with Meghan and Harry, but also critically, P. Dinah, it would deal with Archie and Lily too.
From fairy tale tiaras to California PR disasters, Meghan's royal run has officially hit the tabloids harder than a headline about Harry's frostbite. But what King Charles just did, that's not a snub, that's a royal eviction notice. And trust me, the reaction from Meghan's camp will make this royal feud explode in ways no one's ready for.
Meghan needs content.
It's really quite sad.
Imagine this. The year is 2026, America's 250th birthday bash. Red carpets, royal fanfare, and flashing cameras. Every major royal is lined up to celebrate the historic US tour. King Charles in April, William and Kate in July. Even minor cousins are polishing their medals for photo ops. But the couple who actually live in America, not invited. Yup, Harry and Meghan, the self-proclaimed global royals, didn't even make the guest list. And that's like hosting a barbecue in someone's backyard while telling them to stay inside.
But apparently, King Charles is not going to make a detour to go to Montecito, and it's unlikely that Harry will go and join him, because what will then happen, he will dominate the headlines.
Sources say the palace wanted to focus on working royals, which is royal speak for you quit, now stay quit. It's poetic, really. The Sussexes spent years lecturing the monarchy from a California mansion, and now the monarchy's showing it can do just fine without them. The US tour snub wasn't just political, it was personal. It screamed, you chose Spotify deals over royal duties. Enjoy your podcast royalties, not royal ones. And while Meghan's PR team scrambled to reinterpret the snub as a scheduling conflict, insiders say it cut deep. For a couple obsessed with legacy and visibility, being excluded from the biggest international stage was the ultimate humiliation.
Meghan Markle are set to be left out in the cold, lots of people are saying, and basically because they are no longer working royals. That's the main sort of reason they're not going to be there.
But here's the twist. That public embarrassment was only the beginning, because what King Charles did next didn't just bruise their egos. It shattered Meghan's royal fantasy completely. Once upon a headline, Meghan Markle was Hollywood's feminist fairy tale, the actress who married a prince and promised to modernize the monarchy. Fast forward a few scandals later, and she's now the internet's favorite cautionary meme. The glow of royal glamour, long gone, replaced by hashtags, think pieces, and late-night punchlines. After Netflix and Spotify cut ties, the Duchess tried to rebrand. Lifestyle guru, podcast philosopher, jam jar visionary, you name it, she trademarked it. But every reinvention felt like deja vu. Glossy PR photos, a Tell Your Truth interview, and another round of global eye rolling.
Let's not forget the Oprah performance.
Oh yeah.
What?
They did what? These people?
What?
There's a conversation with you,
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh, how dark your baby was going to be.
It was ridiculous.
Critics joked she went from royal duties to royal do-overs. Even US outlets that once worshipped her started pulling back. Harper's Bazaar and People magazine pieces read more like damage control than adoration. Her publicist could spin gold from gossip, but not this time. Every attempt to reclaim the narrative only reminded people why she lost it. Meanwhile, Harry's distant demeanor on red carpets didn't help. He looked less like a doting partner and more like a man calculating how many Montecito mortgage payments it takes to stay relevant. And just when Meghan thought the backlash couldn't get worse, King Charles dropped a decision that turned public ridicule into royal retaliation. Because if the world had stopped laughing at her PR flops, what came next made sure they started again.
I can reveal that a secret briefing document has been sent by Buckingham Palace.
While Meghan's PR machine was busy putting out fires, King Charles was quietly rewriting royal history, and the ink wasn't even dry before the shockwaves hit Montecito. Insiders claim that behind closed palace doors, new modernized guidelines for the line of succession were being discussed. Translation, a polite gold-embossed way to say, Archie and Lilibet are out. The so-called update reportedly focused on active working royals residing in the United Kingdom, which automatically disqualified the Sussex children. Add in the new citizenship and security clauses, and suddenly, those Montecito playdates didn't look so royal anymore. For Meghan, it wasn't about rules. It was about revenge, dressed in royal stationery. She saw the move as Charles drawing a line between the firm and the exiles. It's one thing to slim down the monarchy, it's another to trim off your own grandchildren. And of course, the palace denied everything, calling it routine administrative review. But the timing, too perfect to be coincidence.
I think the palace and the machinery of the monarchy needs to take Harry and Meghan more seriously and make sure that Harry and Meghan's antics don't impact the future of the crown.
Just months after the US tour snub, this policy shift made one thing clear. Titles and lineage only matter if you play by the palace's rules. To Meghan, it felt less like royal reform and more like a family excommunication in slow motion. But instead of bowing out quietly, she started making phone calls, and those calls would shake the palace walls louder than any Netflix confession ever did. When Meghan Markle gets cornered, she doesn't retreat, she lawyers up. So when whispers spread that King Charles had quietly streamlined the royal bloodline, Meghan reportedly started shopping for attorneys faster than tabloids could print the headline. Legal experts in California, London, and probably any city with a Starbucks and Wi-Fi. Everyone got a call. Her alleged mission? To prove you can't fire someone from a family they married into. Rumors flew that Meghan's team was exploring the 1701 Act of Settlement, the centuries-old law that defines who can sit on the British throne. It's dusty, ancient, and designed for monarchs, not Montecito moms with jam brands. But Meghan allegedly saw it as her new battleground. If the palace wanted to erase her kids from the royal script, she was ready to sue for a rewrite.
Prince William will strip his exiled brother Prince Harry's children of their HRH titles when he becomes king.
But apparently for me, that doesn't matter.
Tabloids had a field day. Some headlines painted her as the Duchess who sued a king, while others mocked her California courtroom fantasy. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace remained silent, the kind of silence that says we don't even need to respond. To her critics, it looked desperate. To her supporters, defiant. But even Meghan's inner circle admitted one thing. Going toe-to-toe with the monarchy in court is like suing gravity. And while she plotted her next move, one person in her corner was starting to crack under the royal pressure. Because if Meghan was ready for war, Harry was ready for peace. While Meghan was reportedly rallying lawyers like it was royal war, Prince Harry was unraveling behind the scenes. Once the rebellious heart of the monarchy, he now looked like a man stuck in the world's most expensive identity crisis. The prince who once laughed in the tabloids' face was now dodging them in California coffee shops, sunglasses on, smile off, trying to remember if this was the freedom he'd been promised. Sources whispered that Harry hated the idea of dragging the palace into another public circus. He'd already burned bridges with the Oprah special, the Netflix doc, and that tell-all memoir that read more like therapy than literature. Now, another battle, legal this time, felt like throwing gasoline on the ashes.
I would have taken the Sussexes. So I get a call from Prince Harry on Easter Saturday, and he says, sorry to bother you, but...
Insiders described growing tension in Montecito. Meghan, fiery and furious, wanted action. Harry, tired and torn, wanted distance. He's exhausted, one source claimed. He traded the palace for peace and got paparazzi instead. Behind closed doors, even friends said he missed home. Not the titles, not the politics, but the simplicity of being just Harry. For Meghan, retreat wasn't an option. But for Harry, every new headline felt like another chain. And as Meghan doubled down on her fight against the crown, Harry began to wonder if he'd lost more than royal status. Maybe he'd lost himself, because in this royal storm, the real casualty wasn't the crown, it was the couple themselves. While the world debated Meghan's royal revenge tour, something far colder was unfolding inside Buckingham Palace. A quiet strategy, years in the making, was finally paying off. Royal insiders whispered about Operation Slim Crown, a behind-the-scenes campaign to tighten the monarchy's image and quietly erase its most unpredictable players. Guess who topped that list? The Sussexes. This wasn't some emotional overreaction from King Charles. This was bureaucratic chess. Advisors reportedly convinced him that the only way to modernize the monarchy was to streamline it. Fewer royals, fewer scandals, more control.
Meghan entered this world like it was a Hollywood set, assuming she could rewrite the script, center herself in every scene, and edit out anything that didn't fit her narrative.
And with Meghan and Harry living halfway across the world, they became the perfect scapegoats. No confrontation needed, just a few policy adjustments, and their branch of the family tree faded neatly into history. Leaked whispers claimed palace courtiers deliberately timed these moves. After the US tour announcement, after Meghan's latest PR push to ensure maximum narrative control, it was was royal PR judo, used their own spotlight against them. For years, Meghan believed she was fighting individuals, jealous royals, icy aides. But this wasn't personal. It was institutional. The system had decided she didn't fit the script. And as she scrambled to fight back through lawyers and interviews, the palace didn't need to say a word. Because silence in the royal world isn't weakness, it's strategy. And this time, that silence was deafening. If Meghan thought she could steer the headlines, she was about to find out the headlines had a mind of their own. The media war hit like a tidal wave, and this time, she wasn't winning. British tabloids framed the succession snub as poetic justice, plastering smirking photos of Meghan beside triumphant shots of King Charles. Across the Atlantic, U.S. outlets tried to soften the blow, calling it a misunderstanding or unconfirmed speculation. But the damage was already done. Social media turned brutal overnight. Royal erasure trended for half a day before being replaced by karma for the crown.
Meghan just wants to be an Instagram influencer. That has always been her level, always been her drive. Once everything else has been dried up, the kids are next. The kids were always on the docket to be part of the image selling and everything.
Even some of Meghan's former celebrity allies quietly unfollowed her accounts. The Hollywood loyalty she once counted on was evaporating faster than her Spotify contract. In desperation, her PR team allegedly pushed exclusive insider stories painting her as the victim of royal retaliation. But the internet wasn't buying it. Comment sections roasted her like a royal roast dinner. She wanted to be a queen, one viral tweet read, but forgot you need a kingdom to rule. Behind the scenes, palace courtiers reportedly smirked. They didn't have to lift a finger. The press was doing their job for them. And just when Meghan thought the media storm had peaked, one reporter dropped a bombshell claim that would take this feud from gossip to full-blown scandal. Because in the royal world, leaks don't happen by accident. They happen on schedule. While Meghan's name dominated the headlines, something far more strategic was unfolding behind the palace gates. According to royal insiders, a confidential meeting, not listed on any public schedule, was held at Clarence House late one evening. Around the table, King Charles, Prince William, and a select few senior advisors. The topic, the future of the monarchy and who belonged in it. The meeting wasn't about emotion, it was about legacy. Reports claim the advisors presented a succession security plan, arguing that the monarchy must be future-proof, meaning only royals who live, serve, and represent the UK should remain in the inner circle. In plain English, Archie and Lilibet, raised in California, didn't make the cut.
Buckingham Palace is being pressured to remove Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet from the UK's royal line of succession until the Duchess provides absolute proof that she popped out both babies herself.
William allegedly supported the move, calling it necessary for clarity, while Charles reportedly nodded in quiet agreement. No shouting, no drama, just a royal chess move executed with surgical calm. Within weeks, whispers of modernized succession guidelines began to leak right on cue. When Meghan heard, insiders say she was livid, not shocked, furious. She felt betrayed not just as a duchess, but as a mother. One message from a palace contact confirmed her worst fear. It's official. They've closed the door. That's when Meghan made her decision. She wouldn't fade quietly into royal history, because if the palace was playing chess, she was about to flip the whole board. And just like that, the royal fairy tale has come full circle, from crowns and vows to lawyers and lawsuits. Meghan once dreamed of rewriting the royal story, but now the story seems to be rewriting her. The line of succession hasn't just changed on paper, it's changed in legacy, in loyalty, and in love. King Charles's silence speaks louder than any public statement, and Meghan's fury is echoing all the way from Montecito to media headlines. Whether this is a royal power move or a family fallout disguised as policy, one thing's clear, this feud isn't ending anytime soon. The question now isn't who's right, it's who's left. Because when you fight the crown, you don't just risk your title, you risk your family name. But before you go, if you think this was shocking, you have to check out our previous breakdown, where we exposed how Meghan's alleged pregnancy rumors spiraled out of control after Candace Owens dropped unbelievable receipts. It's a scandal that makes